A historic day in Miami Heat history, not just for the fan base, not just for Heat culture, but also for the way in which the news was broken to current Heat players, Jimmy Butler, a Golden State Warrior, Andrew Wiggins, and more on the side of the Miami Heat. And as the blockbuster move happens ahead of the trade deadline in the middle of a game, Sixers versus Heat, right there at Kaseya Center, our guy Shant Solmaz was on the scene. Shant, uh, how crazy have these last like 12, 15 hours been since you literally broke the news to current Heat players in the middle of a game?
My phone has been blowing up with emails, DMs. People are even getting my phone number. I don't even know how. But yeah, it's been blowing up. It was a cool experience, man.
You go to a lot of Heat games. You obviously had really nice seats. How often are you actually like interacting with and talking to the players?
Yeah, so like I said, yeah, I've been to a bunch of Heat games. I try and get their attention every single game, and I never get their attention. So I was like, you know what, I got to do something to get their attention. So it was quiet, and I took my chances. I was like, boys, we won the trade, and that's what broke their necks. That's when Tyler Harrow looked back, and he was like, what happened? And then I was like, Jimmy went to the Warriors, and then Kevin Love turned around, and he was like, well, for who? And then I was like, just Jimmy, and we're getting well in the moment it was just Dennis Schroeder, Kyle Anderson, a first round pick, and uh uh what was it, Andrew Wiggins.
Yep.
And then they changed it up obviously, but we still got Wiggins, which is a good piece. And then Kevin Love was just like double asking me. He was like, "Are you sure no one else but Jimmy Butler?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah, you guys are good, man. You guys are good."
That's what the funniest part about it is, especially for K Love, but other guys are like, yo, are we involved? Because the Heat players have been involved in trade talks, including Tyler Hero for the majority of their time in Heat uniforms. Like, how glad were you to be able to present that to him without having to tell one of them dudes, like, you pack your bags too?
Yeah, yeah. See, I was excited. I told my girlfriend, I was like, listen, pull that camera up. I'm about to tell the boys that the trade just happened. And I think it was at halftime or the third quarter, details came out. One of the players actually from our team did get traded to the Pistons. I don't know if that changed yet. I think it was Josh Christopher.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So he got traded, and I don't think he knew because he was just like happy the whole time. So, but he's a good ball player too, man.
yeah. So just give me your first instant reaction. Obviously, you told the Heat players that Miami won. Now that you had a night to sleep on it, how do you feel like we as Heat culture exit this thing? Because the Jimmy era was great, but the ending was ugly.
Yeah, man. I said, like I said to other people, I can't thank Jimmy enough for what he's done for the city. Um, Top three greatest Heat players of all time, by far, because of what he's done. But the way he went out about it, I didn't respect at all. So I'm just glad that the toxic relationship is over and we're on to a new chapter with Wiggins, and I'm ready for the Wiggins show, honestly.
I know the Heat won last night against the Sixers, but like, what was all the banter like in the seats after not only you broke the news to the Heat players, but everybody else around Kaseya Center started figuring it out?
Yeah, so that was my only worry. Me breaking the news to them, and the boys weren't going to be able to lock in to win the game. But nah, they won. They were able to lock in. They were blocking out all the outside noise, and they locked in, and they brought home the dub.
Shant Somaz, the Miami Heat's personal Sham Sharania, or now that Woj is retired, we don't need him anymore because you're breaking the news actively. For you, I mean, obviously it's every fan's dream to become part of the story, part of the reason why a team was inspired, or even in this way, part of the reason why a full fan base is relieved. Did you ever see yourself like playing a role in this? Like, we're going to always remember this moment that you were actively a part of.
No, I actually posted that video on my Instagram with no intent to go famous or viral. But I posted it halftime. Next thing you know, overtime reposted it. ESPN, Sports Center, everyone's hitting me up. I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy.
Are you more optimistic about the history or the future of the Heat now? I mean, again, we didn't think we might have anything back in return for Jimmy. There was a side of Heat fans that thought maybe we would have to let him sit the rest of the year and he was going to opt back into that contract. But now we have clarity.
Exactly. So I thought it was just gonna be Bam and Tyler running the show, but now they got some help with Wiggins. So I'm proud. I'm happy about that. Because I honestly didn't think we were gonna do anything, and Jimmy was just gonna sit out.
Sean, are you like? What does it feel like to be Woj in that moment and give that? Like, is that one of the high marks of your life? Because people love spreading random rumors to like office teammates. It's got to be crazy to break NBA blockbuster trade news to actual players.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was a thrilling experience, man. I didn't think more of it into it because it was just in the moment. I got the notification on my phone uh in the middle of the second quarter, and I was like, oh, the players don't know about this, so let me break it to them.
And the MVP of this, for real, is your videographer, your girlfriend. You said who popped the camera up and caught it. Because if nobody would have believed you, nobody would have believed you, bro.
Yeah, man. I told her, I was like, listen, pull that camera up. She said no, the players aren't gonna be able to lock in. I was like, trust me, pull that camera up, and I'm glad she did.
Have the Heat reached out? Has anybody else reached out? Like, what's been one of the craziest requests or interviews you've done since that happened?
Yeah, actually, one I just got off the phone like 20 minutes ago with someone from the Heat. I think it was I don't know what she was. I think media. Someone in the media team contacted me. They actually wanted to do like more content for the future for the Heat. So that's really cool, man. I didn't see myself doing that, honestly.
Well, that's great. I'm happy about the trade. You were right when you told the players we won it. Maybe even more joyous that this is sparking some new content, ideas, and opportunities for you, Sean. So we'll be on the lookout for it. Appreciate you being another huge part of Heat culture for us, man. And you're still gonna be going to games the rest of the year, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna be at the Nets game Friday, this Friday, tomorrow.
Say less. Hey, you're our good luck charm at this point, so you got to go to all of them, dog.
Yeah, man.
Sean, appreciate the time, and again, keep that phone on vibrate, man. It's gonna be a busy day.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me.